Hi, Earth people. I am Chinghiz together with you today, February 17, 2022. And planet Earth people call it civilization. For me, civilization means, you know, the people who read about human rights, about democracy, about justice and peace, about based on these values, laws, which working means rule of law, was we seeing opposite. So the civilization, unfortunately, I can't say that. And why this situation come to this level point when evil openly operating and this evil green lighting, avoid be acting more and more open. No hidden forum, secret societies, already openly. All main cases confirming that you in trouble as people. In climate crisis case, which can and will kill you, will end you, humanity, civilization. And corruption, money laundering means today's system, world system which ruled world financial system. So satanic, so evil. Also continue green light as in climate crisis case. Same. And also this situation when evil start operate openly, evil fascist authorities using this opportunity for their gain, for their benefit, for achieve their goals. This is about fascist Putin and her plan restore Russian Empire. And how this come to this level and why. These countries who was enablers of fascist Putin, now they show position as not they did that, not NATO countries, not European Union, not United States, not Britain, Germany, France, Italy, others, not they, no. When they did that. Did that. They ignore. For years was full ignoration of my demands. Stop that. And others too, of course. But I'm talking about myself, and my demands all was transparent online, and how this was ignored fully. Starting from Putin puppet Assad come to White House, even today, United States refuse to truly and fully investigate this treasonous conspiracy against United States by Putin and inside job of United States. Same in Britain, fraud Brexit referendum. And all in both cases and others too, very actively Putin was intervened. This is about your country, your country, election system, corruption, money laundering, treason. But there was not only that, there was invasion, occupation of sovereign countries. Georgia, Ukraine, Crimea, Eastern region. Cosmetic foreign sanctions, which not was affected Putin, or what affected. Who can say these sanctions was very effective, very affected Putin opportunity, ability. If somebody will say that, purely he or she will means lie. Even today, when Putin start talk with ultimatum with NATO, United States, other country, ultimate. This come to this level. And who was enabled? Without resolving this problem, you can't some seriously forum stop Putin or Putin fascist action for achieve his or her goals. Restore Russian Empire. You should act and say, other name, you should do cleanup into your country. United States of America, Britain, European Union members countries, Germany, France, Italy, and others. Clean up by rule of law. You should stop Putin structure. Without that, we will fail again. Your wrong decision is wrong. Why wrong? About your position if Putin will invade. This is wrong position. Tactically, strategically wrong. Why? Because Putin do much more crimes and attack on your country, damaged forum, attack your country national security. And continuation of that, and you not yet, and Putin was using that, not yet. It's green light for Putin. Putin have very effective structure when you not touch it, his structure. Means not stop it, not stopping his structure. This Putin using this situation very effectively because because you semi half of measures, because your ongoing investigation, because your blah blah cosmetic sanctions which not affecting Putin and all that, giving Putin so much opportunity. And now about Putin intervention into Ukraine for capture this country, and not only Ukraine, of course, invade and occupied Ukraine, Georgia, where possible without war, means Anschluss, as in Belarus, in Kazakhstan, in Azerbaijan processing. Again, in this point, I saying you, European Union countries and European Union Commission President and European Council President and others about Ilham Aliyev, Ilham Aliyev, Putin. But you're doing, in our days when should be that, in this situation, or when so clear, okay, transparently, what's happening and who Putin. And you're talking even about when you allow, after years, Putin using his energy pipelines as weapon, Nord Stream 2 particularly for that. And you decide to diversification your gas suppliers, and you go again to Putin. Ilham Aliyev, Putin. What you will say, European Union, when this will happen, another blah blah. Putin fully controlled Ilham Aliyev. Fully. Ilham Aliyev belonged to Putin. Their crimes, their views, their money, Ilham Aliyev money, her family, and all strategically for years, from 1993, when her father, so-called, by coup take authority in Azerbaijan. And during these years of decades, they was playing you and you by taking money for money. Well, you European Union, you big is the money from Ilham Aliyev and we're playing. Next step to democracy. We welcome some blah blah. Now Azerbaijan tyranny. Simply. And this shame on Stoltenberg is not about today's situation, NATO, United States, and fascist Putin, Russia. This is about Stoltenberg and European Union, Ursula von der Leyen, Michel, and others. Their positions. They continue. Do they this mistake, wrong, and why? We know very good know why this is happening. In Azerbaijan, tyranny, undeniable. And Stoltenberg, who say main value to NATO is democracy, human rights. And he called Ilham Aliyev, hey friend, thank you. You credible gas supplier to Europe, so good for us. If not you, Putin will use his gas pipeline as weapon. Thank you, Ilham Aliyev. And this not stupid. NATO Secretary General, informing person should be Ilham Aliyev is Putin. And you will see same others. Continuation of this mistake, I'm now talking about that. What happening now, this should be finally stopped, okay, this wrong position. Appeasement of Putin. And Ilham Aliyev at Putin, Ilham Aliyev dictator, tyranny. Appeasement of dictatorship, tyrannies. You have opportunity to other country gas, for example, but you should go green, okay? So all come our days, and this no surprise for me. I know all that and what will happen also know. And saying, again will say, for prevent, for survive you as people. Well, this example, in fact, how even our days, when should be finally, NATO one, as this media also saying, as one team come together against Putin. If you will intervene, we will act as so strongly, but no SWIFT. No SWIFT, no touch. SWIFT can stop Putin. What I say not correct. SWIFT can means SWIFT ban for Russia can stop Putin. If you not will use SWIFT ban against Putin, along with other measures, his oligarchs, all oligarchs, this Putin money, if you not understand that, so bad for you. Your intelligence agencies, United States, so famous, CIA, FBI, MI5, MI6 of Britain. His oligarch money, this Putin money, Putin financial fund. They are part of money, small part. percentage. Of course, belong to these persons, but meaning this fund put in illegal budget for do what he doing. No touch. No, no oligarch, no. Swift, no. Oligarch, no touch. Some maybe quantity, yes, but not. Means no touch Putin illegal budget. No touch Swift. Because European Union, several countries have, listen them, what they argue, how they moron, all knowingly saying that because they thinking you moron. These people moron. And I think this one, they saying we lose billions if Swift ban will. But when Putin will attack, will, because this green light, again, Swift rejecting, declining, stop Russian banks access using the Swift application messaging is green light for Putin. And cost of that. And these countries, how much money they will lose? Ask specialists, mathematics, financial specialists will say, I think, 100 billions. You will lose 100 billions. Your country. And so unacceptable this, they argue. They each time will say something. So call it argue. And it's so good for Putin. This mistake, wrong position, if, and we think how Putin using this if for do maneuver. You're giving Putin additional opportunity for maneuver, will full scale attack now or a little bit later, but now will attack different information coming. Not full scale, but will take some, but intervention is intervention. Why Putin planning to do that? He knew into NATO, she have Trojan horses. Same into European Union. Will not full scale attack, for example. These countries, Germany, France, others, Turkey, Erdogan, Turkey, Orban, Hungary, this about authorities who, not about country and people. They will start blah, blah, blah. And unite with powerful will crack. And what? You modeling this situation. Now call him Joe Biden. You should, you shall, What you will do, United States, if NATO members will start blah blah for Putin gain. Means will sabotage your unite action. You should have on your table, Joe, this model. In this situation, what you should do. For me, obviously, you immediately should freeze this country membership. Freeze, not remove from NATO. Because it's about authority. Today Orban, tomorrow will other. Today Erdogan, tomorrow will other. And this will change situation. Freeze. And continue act. This should be happening. But Putin thinking otherwise. He think he will divide European Union, divide NATO, and as I said, NATO and as today's NATO, and he have a reason for that, because big, easy money pipeline to political establishment of Western countries' pockets directly by schemes, of course, but to pockets. Now you understand what's happening. I think many of you, today's leaders, know what I think that. But many of you covert, you covert. You're afraid act. Covert, what means? No, for yourself, life, for your position, career, for your party, political party career. You're afraid. Because the schemes, again, we come into this satanic structure, financial system which ruled the world. And how they operating by their lobby schemes, donors, dark money in politics. This one. And you afraid of that. You're very fair. But here no reason be afraid. You're not touching Putin. And today even, this continue. Even these measures which already come public, if Putin will intervene, you will, and by very bold words you're saying, very devastating sanctions, but I think their main points you even not mention about SWIFT, about sanctions of all Putin oligarchs, freeze asset and visa ban. Only half of measures, blah, and Putin good with that. This, directly, all mutually binds and mutually dependence, because this system, and this system doing this tyrannies act this form. And you not show even position for truly fight them. And you think if by these words and half of measures action, you will resolve problem. This is wrong. This not will happen. And situation coming worse and worse to United States. Their coup attempt and they are put in to, but not through investigation, not even their special counsel. Merrick Garland show how he failing and why he failing. No reason, but he, by his position as Attorney General, show this position. Alarming fact coming online, but because what already happened on this investigation, Putin attack for help Trump in 2016, you're refusing to investigate. And as a result of that, Trump in White House and during his 4 years in office, his back channel with Putin and records of that. And finally come to this coup attempt in January 6. And we are again refusing to truly investigate that Department of Justice. House Representatives Committee doing something. But they are also in main point, again, they show as no touch Clark. Clark was a main player there. You can't give him immunity. But alarming fact coming more and more, and not yet, not action, and we already very, very serious doubt there will happen through investigation by Department of Justice and FBI of this coup attempt. For example, who will investigate this alarming fact, how Trump was burned, these docs classified to flushing toilet, this alarming fact should be one of these dogs, even small part of such dogs, forced Nixon resign. But Trump did that huge scale forum and even no touch Trump. And why this happened? And behind Trump, Putin. And why you not touching Trump? And what about this fact? NBC News, White House records obtained by January 6 panel show gap in Trump's phone calls on day of riot. And the New York Times. Investigators find gaps in White House logs of Trump's January 6 calls. Who will investigate that? When you, FBI, Department of Justice, obviously think refusing investigate, you will go into that, and this one of me, his phone calls. He of course can destroy these records too, but can something hit or give there some yes, as president of United States, Putin asserted in White House, president of United States. Of course, illegitimate, as Jimmy Carter, former United States president, said, because he not elected president, means Trump. And Jimmy Carter very truly called that Trump illegitimate. He not elected. He elected by Putin directly and massive foreign help. They are not only attack, they are money pipeline, and there are other things. Putin opportunity there was using fully. So Trump, take record to home, archive come, take back, and saying they are classified info, records, something stolen, something no should be but not have, and this alarming crime should be, and there should be investigation very seriously. But see, January 6th, Trump phone calls, records, gap. And look at Merrick Garland. He will do that. I know that he not will. Maybe Joe Biden as president, of course, Department of Justice independent organization, but Joe Biden as president can generally call A, no matter who, use rule of law. And same should do Congress. Without this, United States not will United States of America, as we know. Great nations, great country. And Trump and co, maybe not directly Trump, but co. You think not? They're using all the opportunity, and when you're not touching Putin's scheme structure working and doing all that possibility. So you should stop that. If you want stop wars, if you want stop fascism, if you want protect international law and norm, you should act for stop Putin. Simply and period. Without that, you will fail. And again, Ilham Aliyev, Putin, only truly ally. This Ilham Aliyev. No do mistake. Putin will intervene. Which forum? We will see massive forum or for divide NATO and European Union, some forum invasion, but NATO and United States as leader country should act as, because invasion is invasion. Full scale of sanctions. John McCain sanctions, including all Putin oligarchs and SWIFT ban. Of course, Nord Stream 2nd, of course, Russian banks, of course, oil embargo, of course, other measures against Russian gas, against Russian strategic sectors, of course, ban Russia from Western country high techs, of course, this. And this can work, will effective. Otherwise, you will fail, we will come again to by your half of measures will around, and Putin will use, and situation will come to worse and worse. I start today Chinghiz life about you as civilization. By civilization, what means for me, I also said, and I reading other facts. You should be civilization as people. Shall. Greta Thunberg, at least $1.8 trillion of environmentally harmful subsidies is heading in the wrong direction, financing the annihilation of wildlife and global heating through support for cattle ranching, pesticide use, the overproduction of crops, and fossil fuel extraction. This quote from article from The Guardian. And Greta Thunberg take this quote and tweet it. And The Guardian article call it this name article. Harmful subsidies. Why is the world still funding the destruction of nature? Why? World means you, civilization, still continue funding destruction of nature. When not reason for that. This Putin, Ilham Aliyev, you seeing that? This Ilham Aliyev directly on Putin. Attack me. Putin, Ilham Aliyev, pederast. Phase they, this banker, and they acting by Ilham Aliyev and Putin order. Who they and who Putin and Ilham Aliyev. In this second was attack. Okay, and now they're using eyes glass too. Full scale attack. 360 degrees each second. No less. Stoltenberg. No less than 100 each second. In dozen brigades in bunker of Ilham Aliyev. An additional 1,000 Smiths, Agent Smiths. Okay? Matrix film, movie. Great movie. This too, I'm not saying about Ilham Ali because against me using this satanic system, terror, and torture. And torture is torture against me. You, this one main case, your civilization. Yes, aristocrat in clubs. I will fuck you. My mission for that. I see this. I will fuck aristocrats in clubs in offshores because they satanic structure club very active members who doing this mess around world in climate crisis case too. I will fuck you together with earth people. There's good chance for earth people show confirm civilization is civilization. We will remove satanic structure from world. We will replace this existing satanic financial structure by transparent financial system. I say, Vanessa Nakate, European and African leaders, she tweeting. European and African leaders are meeting in Brussels today, February 17th. I am telling them to stop funding fossil fuel developments in Africa, which will only pile new debt on top old stop EA COP. And here, tweet from Nakabuye Hilda, one of climate crisis fighters. What means ECOP? EACOP. This project, she tweeting Nakabuye Hilda, is a great treat to not only Ugandans, but the whole world because it will be the longest heated crude oil pipeline ever, covering 1,445 kilometers and producing a great deal of carbon emissions, yet the world needs to reduce emissions to combat climate change. What means ECOP and why we should stop ECOP? World's longest pipeline. In our days, when scientists, the alarm bell, civilization, alarm bell, your knowledge, scientists, your mind, your civilization mind, scientists, is alarm bell. Stop subsidies, immediately go to clean energy. Immediately phase out. Stop all drills, mills, stop all licensing in new fields, oil and gas. Stop that. But Ugandan authority is authoritarian authority of Museveni, who of course illegal, he not was elected in free and fair elections. How link it? Huh? Again, why this mess around the world happened? And why you do coming as enablers of Museveni? Same schemes. This satanic structure which ruled the world, they giving this opportunity to all evil, including Museveni. Nation should be in low level as Ugandan people, and not only Ugandan people, other African nations, and not only African nations. This is happening in Southeast Asia, in South Asia, in even today's South America. You know, why Museveni is still president when he illegitimate? For that, indirectly for that. Big easy money. This Nakabuya Hilda, maybe you don't previous don't know her, but she one of active fighters. So these problems directly link it because this problem created by those who have power. Means first, who ruled the world, financial system, very corrupt, satanic, and also political leaders. This all mess. Why happening? You can't separate. Putin. Oh, no good man. Oh, we have values. We will fight. If you will intervene, we will stop you. You should stop Putin. How? I said, and saying. But not only Putin. You should do cleanup into your country by rule of law. Otherwise, you will fail. Your country will fail. These injustices will grow. You will fail fight climate crisis. Today, again, as I said, I start today Chinghiz live from that. Evil start operating openly. They announcing they will fight climate crisis, go clean energy. But in same time, when they saying that, same time secretly giving licenses to big oil and gas, they go there, another field, take. And scientists saying, you will die. But they say not. Why? Why they refuse listen to science, to scientists? and cost of that. If somebody doubt what is happening around the world, climate crisis, this corruption and laundering will enable Putin, Ilham Aliyev, and others evils, fascists, tyrannies. There should be no doubt. They this and they not will change their position. I know that exactly. And all this fact, last info, confirming that they not will truly stop fight or stop climate crisis. Not will. They not will truly fight corruption and laundering. For do this impossible. Means not will replace today's financial system by transparent financial system. And only this one can work. They not will do that. For example, Greta Thunberg, this tweet from February 14. Europe's biggest banks provided 24 billion pounds to oil and gas companies that are expanding production less than a year since pledging to target net zero carbon emissions. Giving up on your targets long before even trying. This is about Shell, Exxon. Listen, Kate Aronoff. Since the start of the Net Zero Banking Alliance last April, 25 European member banks have furnished $38 billion to the most expansionary fossil fuel companies on earth. They are nothing about net zero banking alliance that stopping them. And she continued, Kate Aronoff. I wrote about the new Share Action Report on how the banks signed onto Mark Carney's Net Zero Banking Alliance. Mark Carney's former Bank of England chair. Liar, crook, evil, who operating openly. One of example. Fact check. Who Carney? I say. Mark Carney Net Zero Banking Alliance are still very generously financing fossil fuel expansion. Extinction Rebellion. These are the theme, but about your main and deadly threat, climate crisis. Several people are reporting that the first time they submit a comment, they are getting a message that something went wrong. Try again. Please try again. Is going through on the second submission, it seems. Also, the deadline should read Tuesday. This about this. This Extinction Rebellion, Money Rebellion. tweeting, sorry, tweeting, very important letter. Uh, this February 16, last day for public comments. The world's most powerful and secretive bank. Listen, the world's most powerful and secretive bank. Why secretive? The Bank of International Settlements, part of today's financial system, which evil, satanic, who rule the world. One of big instrument of that. Bank of International Settlements. Money from there to there. And actually money not exist. Is soliciting the public input on banking and the climate crisis. See next tweet for sample comment and share. And there was letter to this bank, and I also sign it, and I will read this small letter. And Extinction Rebellion, Money Rebellion. Continue tweeting. Very important case, this. Last day for public input on banking and the climate crisis to world's most powerful and secretive bank. Please submit a comment, please share. And I submitted and share this letter, which I read it. The climate crisis is here now, and fossil fuels are the number one culprit. The job of banks is to accurately assess and mitigate risk to ensure market stability. Failure to accurately account for climate risks and the fundamental disruption to markets that unmitigated climate change will invariably cause is an absolute dereliction of your most important duty. If this letter to Bank of International Settlements, if anything, banks like yours are actually acting in opposition to the stated goal, integrating ever more indivisible catastrophic risk by their reckless lending to new fossil fuel development. The markets will collapse as bread baskets worldwide experience multiple failures, increasing intensity of storms, and once in 100 year weather event become commonplace, and crippling inflation that we are already seeing spirals out of the bounds of anything we have experienced before. The banking regulators of the world are beholden both by their own mandate and their responsibility to society to set standards that curb fossil fuel finance and climate change risks. You have the power and the duty to stop banks from funding the climate crisis immediately. Of course, this bank, BIS, have this opportunity, should and shall demand not fossil fuel funding, refuse to this international settlements if the settlement targeted continue funding fossil fuels. For example, this they should do that. Stop funding fossil fuels, oil, gas, and coal. But we see opposite, they even increasing funding oil, gas, and coal worldwide, from United States to Japan, from Africa to Europe, from China to South America, Australia, around the world. And scientists saying this will kill you. Climate crisis will kill you. Today already direction go 3 degrees Celsius with plus 3 plus degrees Celsius. This not some, maybe some political leaders not understand that, maybe. As Bolsonaro, Putin. Increase of 3 degrees Celsius, this not means weather was, for example, in summertime, 27 degrees Celsius, come to 30 degrees Celsius. Somewhere, oh, no problem. About Earth's planet atmosphere. And is directly linked to oceans, to nature, to forests, to Amazon, even to core of planet Earth, core, magna. Magna, I say that directly. As planet, this one organism. You would think this core of planet Earth, this separate from what above planet Earth ground means atmosphere. It's not true. Simply have direct link, direct link, not some by schemes, directly. Earthquakes, very massive, quantity very massive, more power earthquake, very huge, weight 11, 12, 13, 15. Remember my words, remember, even 15. power of earthquakes. Okay? When you count, there was some earthquake, 5.5 or 6 or 7 or 9, which was in Japan, Fukushima, 15, and quantity very more. Not sometime in one decade, but each year, several, even more, change planet Earth's atmosphere means that this too, about earthquake too. But not only there will earthquakes. About floods already, countries will, which was, and they will think developed countries. Okay, this somewhere happening, uh, this disaster, nature, and they are poor, therefore they home destroying, they dying. But they are in their country, this is not possible. Developed country, wealthy country have good infrastructure, but we were seeing how this country come so weak before natural disaster. Germany, Belgium, France, other countries, United States of America. And this is only beginning. And this blah blah, this crooks as Carne, Marne, they will do that, they will create that, will capture all lie. This not will happen. I know that exactly not will happen. Even today in Australia, some film try do that. They start, yes, produce this carbon dioxide even more than capture it. Here, main point, generally you can think you have high techs, science, scientists, science, high tech, and you will create that. Yes, logically, yes, can in normal situation. Okay, all good, no serious thing happening, and you thinking, well, create some capture of carbon dioxide, but reality, and this main point, reality coming to this level which will kill you as people. You not have opportunity stop climate crisis when this will come to avalanche effect. You not have your high techs, your scientists not have United States. You will print money. Can, why not? Why not? Fighting, more money printing. Trillions there, hey, infrastructure. Why I saying this? Because this happening. Joe Biden tweeting with proud, you know. They have infrastructure, bipartisan bill, and this giving opportunity for do something in uh, electric vehicles or electric vehicles chargers or something others, clean hydrogen, yeah. This example how political leaders are not adequate in climate crisis. They not allow this reality. They lost their sense of reality in climate crisis case. They not allow what means climate crisis. Cost of that, truly cost. Therefore, they think if they're doing something and is good and will helpful, so wrong, grave mistake. Not enough means not enough. You know, not enough, nothing. Not will helpful. And scientists saying that because United States same time for do something and is very less and not helpful, same time giving license to oil and gas, go to fields and take from there, continue to take from there oil and gas. How this can work? And how you can be proud of that? You doing something. You should resolve problem. Climate crisis, deadly problem. To your, if you think about your country economy, climate crisis will destroy your country economy. You must care about economy. United States, China, particularly China, today is China. The Xi Jinping think have good economy, but not, or already not. And you will see in coming years what will happen with China. But they think their economy and boost economy, additional coal plants, additional oil, gas, continuation of that, increasing, all increasing, worldwide increasing, not only China, not only United States, this in European Union, this in, again, across the world, increasing, using subsidy, funding fossil fuels, producing oil and gas, all increasing, increasing. When should we have an opposite something? You know, COP26, country leaders come together and say, we have this target and doing. And they go to home and immediately fund to fossil fuel increase. Should be happen opposite because all they announced that. Deadly. And they think not. Why? Why? This all happening. System which ruled the world. This. Financial system means big banks, which funding big oils and gas, fossil fuels. They lobby scams in politics. They money in politics. And new elected one come in and sided with them. This system. You know, this happening. Yeah, this not movie, not some theoretically we're talking. If you not will act, can become can come to this level, deadly level. This happening online happening. Alarming of situation. This and political leaders not will act for stop climate crisis, which deadly to you as people and to this country's economies. And scientists saying that. Ilham Aliyev owned in London $1 billion. And he a tyranny in Azerbaijan. Today, February 17, again was arrested someone from opposition, the opposition activist was arrested. The methods, putting in pocket drug or gun or something other, do this famous method. And you have to live crimes. The $1 billion, this crime, illegal money. Why Britain, blah blah about bold action, we will do that, and all in best one half of measures. For example, stop golden visa. This not will resolve problem. Good, but not will resolve problem. Problem, stop that. How you can stop? All these assets you should arrest by sanctions. There should be happen investigations and responsibility of this for these crimes, no matter who. And you have Malev case this. He from 2013 crimes how Azerilandırma money to Western political establishment pockets. And this crime, 9 years, 9 years ago, no one sanctions. Now $1 billion in London only, illegal, not serious action. Opposite happening. European Union leaders calling Ilham Aliyev, saying, "Oh, good man, oh, thank you." Again, shame on you, shame on you. How you can allow and how you can doing that same time say you fighting Putin. This is impossible. I say why. By helping one evil for fight other evil, this never work. and not you. Evil is evil. Particularly when one evil actually same evil. You have my life this Putin. You why you will deny that? I know you will deny that. Will ignore my words, ignore my demands and call, will ignore. And result of that ignoration, in Putin case, you already have. You have my life case, same. You know, you should go clean energy. Where this? Where this? Not even mention. Immediately you urgently, that means urgent. You saying Putin can cut or stop this gas pipeline for using as weapon. You should immediately take gas from other side. But you come in again to Putin in Ilham Aliyev case. But they have other country where not Putin. For example, Qatar, Norway. This is one case. But you should go clean energy, green energy. And your country have this opportunity. Use this urgent situation and massive forum. Why not? Why not? Why not? What's your problem? Why are you refusing to really act for fight climate crisis, for go clean energy? Even no mentioning that or urgent situation, use that, this opportunity, use. Solar, wind, have enough opportunity to have, go urgently clean energy. And you not really need Putin and proxy pipeline. Even you don't mention that. Purely evil. In our days, evil start operating openly. For stop Putin, I said what you should do. Start to clean up into your country. Sanctions, of course, John McCain sanctions, of course, but together with cleanup. This will helpful. And again, Ilham Aliyev is Putin. Against me, what they're doing, terrorizing, torturing, what last days, particular, they're using, you deny, Joe Biden, you denying existence of banking. Yes, President of United States. Existence of banking, you deny. And European Union too, and other country too. Why you denying when so openly and transparently? Banker, the brigades each second operating against me by using bandit weapons, electron weapons, sonic weapons, and additional very high-tech devices, much more high-tech than NSO. And they're using that. The sonic weapon was attacking, doing, using many things. Tortures me. As my teeth, blah, 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 blah. Very, very severely. Torture. Actually, without taking this, my English not so good. Yeah, this instrument attacking thieves, for example, when tortured people in bunkers, cracking bombs. This is famous. The Putin, Ilham Aliyev, Assad, and there are others. Ilham Aliyev, Tartar massacre. Read what there was happened. Stoltenberg, shame on you again. This is good when this coming days you live in NATO. This is very good. Shame on you. Go and read Tartar massacre, Stoltenberg. This Ilham Aliyev. And against me, same doing. Because same person, Ilham Aliyev, who fully belong to Putin. And you today continue deny existence of bank, existence of system, terror and torture each second against me. Therefore, around the world happening all that mess. This satanic, evil, satanic. And our days, evil start act openly, undeniable. What good thing I can say? What good? I can say very good thing already I said. We doing, but if situation will go this direction and go evil, satanic direction, civilization go to die, Earth people, son of Earth peoples, doing fantastic job as Elon Musk, and others too. Fail. It's so obvious. This failure. 100% failure. This one. And this happening on planet Earth. Why happening? And go worse and worse and will action. Only action can stop. Blah blah not will work. Good words, good wish not will work. Absolutely. Action. And you're failing. And Earth people, I believe in Earth people, but our days, time for that. Our days, not when will come good opportunity for that. We will go together as one team, all Earth people, as civilization. We will resolve all problems. This absurd. This not will happen. Our days, this time, when we together as one team should act for resolve these problems. Stop climate crisis by go carbon-free economy, by go to carbon-free economy in one decade, no later than 2035, no later, avalanche effect will happen if you will. And you're failing again. You lost 1.5 degrees. You cross to 2 degrees. And finally, you today on 3 is plus degrees Celsius, end of century. But this today, your maths, your mathematics, you're counting when not climate crisis as avalanche. You're taking today's situation and mathematics, saying, this go normally means without here deadly and main avalanche effect. You're not counting that and talking. At this level, today's go. End of century, 3.5 degrees Celsius. This wrong, but this fact alarming too. Actually, view 6, 7, because avalanche effect. I said the Tonga events. This yes, all you was seeing that. This will have a massive form. Or take this model, for example. Earthquake put there too, tsunami, flood, extreme heat, all that is melting ice, massive form from permafrost, methane, and additional deforestation, and cost of that, and agriculture, is livestock, increasing, all recording, world records, Guinness Book, overproducing. Why are you overproducing? What I for what I watching everywhere evil, evil. North countries means developed countries have not have problem with food, even overproducing. Yeah, and south part people hungry, dying, dying because not have enough food, dying from hunger. Blue and pale dot in north and south, and blue and pale dot. From far, not from near, from Saturn, and north and south. In north, they massively, this food go to waste, garbage, but in south, people dying because hunger. Your civilization. This report about this problem, some figure here, I will read because importance of that. Jason Hickel report. And this sciencedirect.com, their report, and he called it this imperialist appropriation in the world economy. Imperialist appropriation. And he tweeting, Jason Hickel. I'm excited to share this new paper we have out, Imperialist Appropriation in the World Economy. The results confirm that the global north relies on a massive net appropriation of resources and labor from south. The figures are quite staggering. In 2015, he continued, the North's net appropriation from the South included, in 2015, 20 billion tons of embodied raw material equivalents, 822 million hectares of embodied land, 21 exajoules of embodied energy, and 188 million person years of embodied labor. Two quick things before we go on. A. Embodied here means inputs embodied in the production of the traded goods, including manufactured products. B. We use the IMF, International Monetary Fund's Advanced Economies list as a proxy for the global north. To put these figures in perspective, 12 billion tons of raw material equivalent is 43% of the North's annual material consumption. In other words, nearly half of the North's material consumption is net appropriated from the South. 822 million hectares of land, more than twice the size of India, would in theory be enough to provide nutritious food for up to 6 billion people, depending on land productivity and diet. 21 exajoules of energy would be enough to cover the annual energy requirements of building infrastructure to ensure that all 6.5 billion people in the global south have access to decent housing, public transport, healthcare, education, sanitation, communication, etc. In other words, all of this productive capacity could be used to provide for local human needs, but instead it is roped into servicing capital accumulation in the north. Pattern of net appropriation reproduce deprivation in the south. These results also confirm that much of the ecological impact of resource use in the global north is effectively offshored to the global south. The north benefits from appropriated resources while the south suffers the damage. How much are these resources worth? It is impossible to say precisely, as prices are a political artifact. But if represented in northern prices, the drain amounts to $10.8 trillion in the final year of data, 2015. That would be enough to end extreme poverty 70 times over. To end poverty 70 times. We don't need end poverty 70 times over. means less than this money will enough end of poverty worldwide. It's not only about money. We know how today financial system working. Therefore, all this mess happening. Jason Hegel called that imperialist. This not so correct. This because satanic structure rule the world. They're more than imperialist. They are not capitalism and socialism, not. Simply satanic structure. What God say is value, okay? Human value. Our only way. Go to God. It's about our only way. What God say, what when God sending you means universally sending you the Messiah or through prophet show you this way and demanding go this way. This only your way. And Satan operating 180 degrees opposite, no less, fully opposite, fully contradict this Satan. And today's financial system, today's system which rule the world, satanic, evil, undeniable. And they are not about capitalism, socialism, blah, blah, blah. I will end what Jason Hickel tweeted. For the North, the drain represents a huge windfall, equivalent to a quarter of the GDP, but the true value to northern capital cannot be calculated. This arrangement sustains the very possibility of growthism in the north and stabilizes capital accumulation itself. We also compared aid flows to drain and found that for every dollar of aid that recipients get, they lose on average $30 through drain to donor countries. Poor, poor countries are developing richer countries, not the other way around. There's no satanic. You're giving them today's system, giving coming to this country, taking resources, and giving them $1. But you're taking $30 from them. This purely satanic. Satanic, satanic. They never will accept scientists. They never will truly fight for stop climate crisis. They never will truly fight for stop this corruption, money laundering, which killing world, destroying countries. They never will do that because they this satanic evil, and they're doing nowadays. Already I said, son is saying, hey, alarm, go clean. They say, yes, give him money. Hey, go fossil fuel, go more drill, more. Satanic evil. Who doing that? Their name. This doing Joe Biden. This doing Boris Johnson. This doing European Union. This doing others. Bolsonaro. Why we not? Why we should not say names? What problem? What happening in the world? Finally, a big shootout to my brilliant co-authors, their co-authors, to Jason Hickel, this Dorninger, Hans-Peter Wieland, and Intan Suvandi, whose work continued to inspire me, and to the many scholars whose research we drew on for this paper. This important report, if we will uh, this ideological thing put away, no capitalism, socialism, etc., will take facts, very important report, truth, what happening. And this go worse and worse and worse. And this planet Earth, coming from south to north and north, beating, destroying the north countries already because climate crisis, who made by North. So obvious. And they refusing stop climate crisis. They refusing reform financial system. No touch. No touch having this. And these deadly people. Therefore I call that by true name. You in trouble, Earth people. Very serious trouble. I say, I hear about journalists attacking even. Yeah. For end today Chinghiz live, how Putin using all that? This in Britain they're attacking. Uh, sorry, I not call it name. Bertrand maybe. This woman who writing book about Putin and circle. British woman. Putin oligarch sued her. Where? In Moscow, not in London, in Britain, in England. She write very important. She said truth, shed light on what's happening. Later against Carol Kalavada. Yes, now attacking. Kadvala, yeah. This woman, investigative journalist from The Guardian Sunday, means Observer, was writing truth about Putin structure into Britain and into US too, because direct, very strong ties have. What happened in 2016 election in US and what happening in 16 referendum, fraud referendum, Brexit referendum in Britain. And behind that, Putin structure. She was attacked, was sued. Now, American journalist, investigative journalist Scott Stedman, forensic news site, this investigative site, and this sued by some Soriano name linked to Putin, to Israel, corruption schemes means. This is called slap. Slap. Yeah. They already starting attacking investigative journalists who they very corrupt persons, Putin structure persons, who Putin, and they using any opportunity, including this one, for attacking in your soil your citizens, because your citizens saying truth about Putin and co structure, including Soriano Moriano. This should be stopped. How? Clean up. Do clean up by rule of law, not as campaign. Rule of law, but clean up, massive forum. Because there are no one, no two, there are dozens, if no more, in dozens in Britain, dozens in United States, including in Congress, in Britain, too, in government. And again, Putin oligarchs, and stop that finally. You should. This good chance come together and stop by stopping Putin finally. Putin structure and go further together. If you want to really do better to own country, to own country people, and this in case your own country and your own people part of planet Earth and Earth people. Our day is this: come together by reforming. First, stop Putin for what you should do, I said, not if. Already enough is enough. John McCain sanctions. This about Putin. This will stop Putin. As I said, which measures. But at the same time, we should reform financial system, do this system transparently, means replacing today's very dark and corrupt financial system by transparent financial system. And mean, because time is out, running out, and is deadly about climate crisis. Immediately stop and phase out fossil fuel, stop all licenses, subsidies, and go clean energy. Solar, wind, most effective, particular solar. And Tesla environment show that, how this very effective. Price loss, okay, less, cheap means, and their storage, even storage. This all for me so needed, in time, very needed, fantastic. And others also should join. Home, fully zero emission, and or electricity to very cheap price. Their power wall, their Tesla car, and their roof, Tesla roof, full environment. Big gain, comfort, good and less price. It's not good. Do that this way, our only way. And I call Joe Biden join. Not think by half of measures you will resolve problems. Not as you see problems growth and growth. No, take these figures when problem destroying these figures. Already destroyed. Take problem and resolve this problem. Together with me this possible and will very successful and need finally act as one team because planet Earth and Earth people, civilization, it should be. Our day is this. Not to resolve problem. This problem very sharply will increase. Therefore, I call that you in trouble, very serious trouble. But together we can resolve these problems. I say, today this, Earth people, I am Chinghiz together with you.